completed week 4. Gosh, week 4. Right. So what are we going to do today? Oh, well, first of all, let me just ask, is everyone okay? I hope you are. Appreciate there's a few watching, so thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate that. Now, what I'm going to do for you tonight is something a little bit, it's one that I do regularly every Christmas and it sells like hotcakes, but this time I'm going to make it a more serious painting. What it is I have the moon and I have a little cat sitting on a wall and the cat is lit up with the backdrop of the moon. But what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to do the moon and the buildings and the landscape and some silvery water, okay, down at the bottom. Hence why I remembered this week, hope you're proud of me, I remembered this week to put the tape on first before I added the linseed oil. Now, I don't use a posh linseed oil, and this is donkey's years old because I very rarely use it. Or if I do use it, you don't need a great deal. Okay, my canvas is a deep edged canvas and it is primed with gesso first, and then I've put on the linseed oil, and it's 20 by 20 for the sake of 0.3 of an inch. So get the palette the right way around. The colours that I'm going to use, it's a very limited palette tonight. I've got the last of my white, so if I run out of that, I have got some soft white, but it's not as good for what I'm doing. I've got some phthalo, no, I haven't got phthalo blue, I've got Prussian blue. I've got black, ivory black, I've got some Payne's grey, just to add a little bit of tonal value. I'm going to be doing like a church and some buildings and things, you know, just in the distance, lit up a little bit, a little boat shed perhaps. So I've got the yellow ochre here for the lights and plus for my moon, just to give a little bit of colour to my moon. And of course the red to sign with at the end. So let's get a start. And I'm going to get a good old 2-inch, we'll give that a bit of a beating. Today, painting in oil. Gabriel, yeah, I always paint in oil. Very rarely do I use anything else. If I'm doing an underpainting, then yes, I sometimes paint it in acrylic and then oils on top. But I'm an oil freak. If I paint stones to go in the garden for the kids and they're walking past with mums and dads doing their hours exercise, and they're done in acrylic. But everything else I do oils. Hi James. Okay, I'm going to have to push that up a little bit and hope that I can catch all the comments. So I'm going to start off with straight Prussian blue, and I'm going to mix it with the black because I do want, you tend not to have nighttime scenes very bright. So this is really dark. So we're going to start. You'll have to forgive me. I set the fire going, obviously. It's very, very cold. But some of the wood wasn't very dry and violet. It was rather smoky in here. I actually had to, defeating the object of having a fire, I actually had to put the open the door because it really was, goodness me. Now, the reason I haven't used my liquid white or my liquid pearl or liquid black or anything else is because I wanted the colour, the true colour of the blue and the black to show up. Okay, I didn't want, there we go. Now I have put, I just stood on something. Yeah, I paint in bare feet, by the way. I have put a little sort of circle where I want the moon-ish. That's not set in stone, so if I want it a little bit bigger, then guess what? It's going to get a little bit bigger. So as we're coming down, I'm going to go a little bit lighter. Okay, so that's my real dark start, and that's my moon. that will be in there. So somewhere in there is going to have to be quite a bit lighter. Don't forget to come around the sides. And someone was asking, I think it was James asking me about why I paint around the sides and why I don't use, I hope I answered that okay, because I think it was a conversation on an earlier video, but it is purely because, as I said to you, people just aren't, they just don't frame the pictures very often. So if I can't see your comment or anything, I trust my trusty junior son is watching, and hopefully he'll be able to. Okay, we're going to come right down, even though I'm going to be coming over this, because obviously I'm going to have land and stuff here, but I just want to get some colour on the canvas. And I know it's splashing, but you know what, that really doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Because I'll cover it up later. Because this is oil. And all that will happen is the little splashes, there we go, the little splashes will become, I don't want to do all of it because I want to keep a little bit, so I'm going to come in this way. The little splashes will all become water and base colour. Okay, and I'll put a little bit in here. Again, we'll go a little bit darker at the bottom. Come in from the sides, and then we've got some colour. There's a little bit more blue in here than black because it'll be reflecting a few other bits and bobs. Okay, so we'll leave it like that. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's clean my brush. That's the first thing we'll do. As you know, I use odourless paint thinners. Don't use the Bob Ross ones anymore. No, I do use the Bob Ross ones. Oh, I did try the Winsor & Newton, is what I meant to say. I did try the Winsor & Newton, but I just found it wasn't odourless. And I do have issues with, it's going to sound really old now, do have issues with my sinuses, and that really was not good for my sinuses. So I'm going to start with the white. And I'm going to put my moon in first. And the reason I put my moon in is once I've got my moon settled in, then I can start to add a few clouds and things like that. But I'm literally going to put in, to start, a really big moon. Because it is actually full moon tonight, isn't it? So it does help if it's reasonably round. But of course, anywhere that isn't reasonably round, then we can cheat. We can put a cloud in front of it if you need to. But I'd rather keep it clear. Because I was actually, the other night, I was actually out. I was watching the space station fly overhead. And it fascinates me. And I don't care how many times I watch it. It just amazes me that there's this star goes right across our sky and there's people on it. I think it started with Tim Peake, when Tim Peake went up, because I felt sort of all patriotic. Okay, so we're now going to go straight in to just the titanium white, and we're just going to very lightly create some clouds. Now I do also want, this is the other thing I was watching, as I said when I was watching the space station go overhead, it was it was such a bright night, and there was a glow around the moon. So that's the kind of thing I'm trying to get. So we've got clouds, and we've got light patches, but on the whole we've got quite a dark. Okay, we'll come back to right down. And I'm going to come right down to here with my clouds, because this is literally going to be pretty much all sky. Right, and now I'll clean my brush again, and now that I know where my moon is, I'm going to put in a white patch, which I will highlight. Yeah, I did get it. I'm going to add some white in here, just to, there we are, just to say that's lighter than all the rest. All right, maybe we'll have a little boat or something in there. Okay, so if you wanted to, you could go back and start adding a few dark places, a few dark bits and bobs, which I will grab a little paintbrush. How are you all? I said, Lauren, you get everybody chatting. We're all fine. How are you? I know you're getting stir crazy, aren't you? Bless you. That's why I said to everyone I didn't think you were going to make it last week. There's a few little bits down here because you're homeschooling and everything and being a general super mum. Okay, so we now just brush those in, literally just adding a little bit of dark, just a little bit of texture to the moon, because it is, there we go. All right, and I'm going to leave that moon, she says, pretty much like that, just with a few colours in it. Okay, so there we go. There we are. It's got a little bit of colour in it. Now you have to forgive me, I'm getting a bit hot already because I love the reflection. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Thank you. There'll be a bit of work to it yet. Right, so where am I going to start? What I'm going to start with is I'm going to do some trees or some bushes and trees and things that are coming down here, and then nestled in amongst those we're going to have some houses. So I'm going to go into my dark colours, and that's the black, and you won't see much of it until it comes round into the light. Okay, so that's all in the distance. This is all distance. Okay, and then we'll come and we'll go here, a few more. Now I'm deliberately leaving a space. I haven't forgotten, because I'm going to have a little church nestled in there, and then we'll come right down to the water's edge. And we'll stick a few little houses and stuff in there. There we go. Okay, so that's... So what I'm going to do now is go to... Because there's no point putting any stems or anything like that in there, because they seriously will not be seen. So I'm going to go use a little bit of brilliant stuff. Who doesn't? Good. First time watching a paintbrush. Amazing. Oh, thank you. Oh, I think that's wonderful. Thank you. It's very kind of you to say so. Okay, so there we go. We'll just add a little bit of reflected light, because it is quite a bright moon. Not going to hit everything, because I don't think everything will be. You know, when you look in your garden, mind you, the other morning I did wake up and it was so bright. I honestly thought I'd left the outside light on, but it was just a full moon. So again, I'm choosing the blue, going where things are a little bit lighter. We'll just come down there. There we go. Okay, and this big tree up here, he's well in the light. So he is going to be shown. He's going to have a little bit of light. Not so much round the corner, but we'll carry on round the corner because it's sort of flat, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so first off, my little church. How am I going to do my little church? I'm going to do my little church because I'm going to scrape him out a little bit first, and then come down a little bit at the back. There we go. And he's going to have a clock tower. Okay, there we go, and I'll scrape all that out as well. Right, there's my little church in the distance. I need my cloths. There's my cloths. Told you before, it tastes bad. So is this a friend of yours then, Lauren? Please do introduce us. Okay, go black, a little bit of Payne's grey just to make it a little bit lighter, and then I'm going to fill in basically what I've just done, all right, with the Payne's grey. It'll come down there like that and into the back. Right, so now I've done that, I will scrape out a little circle. That's the clock. There's the door. We'll have a few windows, shall we? Church. Now, I did actually pick up a different knife because I knew I'd be doing the windows. So we need a few churchy windows. There we are. Okay, here we go. So now what do? We want to put a little bit of light into that. So I grab, where's my, I'm going to use that again. So take a little bit on the corner, a little bit of the yellow, going to lean on there. Come down, just a little bit of light. We'll have a little bit of light coming through the door, perhaps there's church services going on. And then I will take a little round brush, take a little bit of the white and the blue and all sorts of things, just to give a little bit of a different glow. Tell me if you can see this. And I'm just going to put this down for a second because I need to steady my arm. I don't know how I'm going to do this. There we go. And there's my church. Now, do need to add a little bit of, because there would be a little bit of light shining. A little bit of light shining across the roof. All right. So it's very much in the distance. We'll turn that down a little bit. There we go, that's a bit better. And then we'll put some bushes or something in front of him. Perhaps put another house. Now I'm getting my usual covered in paint. So, always doing that. Now, we'll have a few bushes in front of him. There we go, coming down. Then I'm going to have another little house. Maybe this one's the vicarage, who knows. And we're going to put him down the hill. He's going to be here. So we'll scrape him out. Now I'm only scraping them out because, as you know, those of you that have watched me, a thin paint will stick to a thick paint, but where you've got lots of paint, nothing sticks. So there we go. Again, using the dark colour, might add a little bit of yellow to it just to give a little bit of a difference. this one's going to be in darkness, so now we'll add a little bit of white to it, making it a bit grayer. Add a little bit of red, grey it down, there we go. Another one. There we go, there's his roof. Here's his roof. There we go. Alright. Could actually, but it looks more like a little fishing shed, more like a boat shed, doesn't it? So we'll give him a nice little door. Hang on, let me get the other knife. We'll give him a nice little door. Give him a nice round door. And we'll give him a couple of nice little windows. So, is anybody home? What do you reckon? Yeah? I'm going to put somebody home anyway. We'll just put a little bit of light in there. There we go. No, he's not in the middle of nowhere. He's got... Okay. There we go. Whoops. Wonky door. There we are. Alright, that's that one. Then we'll go back and we'll fill in a few little bushes down here to the sea. Okay, now what I am going to do, that's why you want to make it go. It's now what? Oh, hang on, I'm missing all these messages. Wish we had a close-up shot. When I put it on Facebook, no, not Facebook, on YouTube, that's when I put the close-ups in. I'm really not, I'm going to do a little path. And I'm going to edge it with a little fence. Have a little fence there. There we go, go across, and there we have a little, there, doesn't look like you're suspended in mid-air now. So now we'll close that in and that'll disappear off. Right, now over this side, we'll go back into the dark colours, which means the dark brush, not the light brush, Ruth. We're going to come around the corner. This is going to be quite low. I'm not going to be as high as the other one, because the reason being this is going to go right into the water, and this is going to have a little boat shed. I decided quite a while ago. Now, can I use, no, I'll get you a different colour. Good, look at the state of me. Is everybody else getting a mess when you're painting, or is it just me? Again, we'll do some colours. Now this time, let's not forget, we have to go this side. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit of liquid white just to thin the paint a little bit. Nearly went on. I'd better flick that over, because otherwise I'll end up with that on my feet. The traipse into the house won't have me pleased. There we go. There we go, round the corner. Now that to me is too straight. So we'll come along here, bring that up and out. That's a bit better. Right, so inside here we're going to do another little, but this is going to be a boat shed. So tell you what we'll do. We'll take that off first. Now I can't put that in the, there we go. Put that on there. Pup keeps turning his head when you put the paint on the brush. Perhaps you should add some to his tail, Lauren. Right, so first thing I've got to do is take my colours very lightly, go up to there, come down, don't forget to leave the right spot. Don't forget, Lauren, if you know of anybody who wants a puppy or who needs a puppy, know who has a puppy that needs a home. I'll get it right. I know you're keeping your ears out for me. Okay, so now have that all the way down there. Now what am I going to do here is I'm going to come straight in and I'm going to bring that right down, because it would come right down. It's as high in the water as it is in the painting. Okay, and we'll come to there. There we go. Then come that way, and that just sets it all down. There will be a few little speckly bits, obviously, especially down here. So turn your brush upside down, put a few little bits in. A few bits around the corner, a few bits up here, down to there, a few bits over here. Because this lake is really very, very still. I'm going to also put in, where are we? There we go. Need this. Very gently, don't destroy it, just blur it a little bit. Make sure they go straight down. Then come across. And there we have our shadows, reflections even. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit of white that's going around the corner, mix it in with the blue. Now don't forget, this has already got the liquid white in it. And then we'll come down just to give a little bit of a, that looks almost like a little cove up there actually. So we'll come up, there we go. No, that doesn't look right. So we'll come straight across, and I don't bother with anything around that corner. So because I don't think that looks right now, I will take my blue brush and we will just put some more bushes in, and that gets rid of that. In fact, what I think I will do is bring that down to there. There we go. There we are. That's better. That's a little bit better. Happy now. There we are. Okay. That's one thing I do like about this method. You really can't go wrong, because whatever you do can be fixed. It's a very, very free style of painting. And besides, as the good man used to say, it's your world. You can do what you want with it. Right, I'm now going to take yet another brush. I'm going to be very late tonight doing brush cleaning, I think. Take my white, fill in here. Okay, there we are. That's going to be my shadow. Come across to here. Bring the blue back across it. There we go. I'm going to take it a little bit further that way. There we are. So if I just come back out of the way, yes, lovely. Okay, so now, oh yeah, I'm going to do my little, I've got so many brushes on the go. Right here, I'm going to put, again, scrape him out, I'm going to put a little boat hut with a little jetty. So he's going to come down, he's actually going to break the water line there because he's going to, obviously, he needs to come into the water. And then the little jetty will come out, something like that. And then we'll have a little boat on it. So again, fill it all in with the dark first. Do the 2 eaves, come down, do the front, cross, to the sides. Now this will be dark. I'm using the small edge of the knife, but because, you'll have to forgive me when I keep going out of shot, but that's where my papers are for wiping my knife off. Then we'll just have a little bit of an outline where it's catching, just twinkling a little bit. We'll have a line where it goes into the dark, and then we'll have a little bit of a there we go. There we are. Okay, now all I'm doing is a little bit of a I will finish the sentence in a minute. We're just doing a little bit there. Okay, so now I've done that, I just need 2 because I'm finished with the white now anyway. So we'll bring that down. And we'll go across, and then that'll set it all in the water. Okay, there we are. Now I am also going to do a little boat. Now the boats that I do are very, very basic little boats, and they are seriously a figure of 8. Where is everyone? 6 viewers. Where's the compliments at? Thank you, one of my cheerleaders. So the little boat that I'm going to do is tied up here, and it literally is that simple. You believe it? It's blooming fireworks again. It does get people in the village riled up, I have to say. It doesn't bother me, I must admit, but that's because I haven't got any dogs or anything, so. And my chickens. Although I must admit, there we are. That's my little boat. Give him a little bit of reflection. So it would be a little bit of reflection. I'm going to do also, she says looking around for a big knife, I'm going to do some big ripples. I did say ripples, people. Let's behave. There we go. So we'll do a little bit of a round it. We're just literally laying on a little bit of paint. Just to give the image of a little bit of water movement. Okay, a little bit of reflective water there, a little bit here, a little bit round the base of the, I need to go around the corner as well with it, don't I? There we go. Right, and I think, with one exception, because it's really bugging me, when I put, I wonder if that'll help, when I put the water in, or took the tape off, I came too high. So if I can now need something to brush it in. There we go. Right, take a step back. What do I think? I think I need to dull him down a little bit. He's a little bit bright. So we'll just put a few shiny bushes in front of him. Put the dark back in. There we are. He's hidden back. It just tones it down a little bit. I think I would probably, I'm running out of spaces to put these. I think I would probably actually dull the roof down a little bit. I think he's a little bit too bright. There we go. There we are. Okay, now where's the signature? Oh, it's got all blue on it. Right, there we are. Going to, oh, you hear that? It's the microphone picking it up. You're still here. Linda, hello, nice to see you. I'm sure it's lovely, but the camera angle makes it difficult to see. Oh, okay. Do I need to change that then? Is there a reflection or something on there that you can't see it properly? Okay, put my RB down in the corner. And that is it. Well, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this one. So I'm just looking for baby wipes. Thank you very much for joining me. This will be on my website, which is rbart.co.uk/store. So it's a 20 by 20. Not sure how much I'll be putting it on for yet. I'll have to check what the other ones are. But do have a little look. The video itself will be up on YouTube at, well, I managed it within the 24 hours last week. So we'll see. Got a few jobs to do in the garden first. So maybe or maybe not. But like I say, thank you very much for joining me. I will be back same time, same place, 7 o'clock, Friday nights, in the hut. Please do try and join me. It's lovely to see you all, lovely to have your company. So don't like painting on your own. It's supposed to be a bit social. And take care, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.